You did not win the lottery. I'm sorry. Boyd is back, claiming his first spot. Look at him go. Look at him claim. Claim as fast as you can, but you can't claim first because Boyd already canned. I've been thwarted. I looked at first off the off chance Tara didn't get it and didn't see it. There are two now. Biscuits, is that how you sound? I gave you kind of a villainous sound there. Sad day, Dream Crusher. I know. Real quick, let's give... We know Boyd's been waiting on this for a long time, so...
Everyone strives to be first to arrive. Being late really is the worst.
It is the worst.
Now all of you know that you were too slow because the following person was first.
B9oid _ Doobity doobity doop. That's right. That's right. I always assume, Best Biscuits, you sound exactly like this. Like a villainous person. Obviously, I didn't think that. I've seen you before on your stream, and I've heard you speak. Because I'm always lurking everywhere at all the times. Not necessarily true. In true return to form. Suck it, nerds. Suck it, nerds. I sound like a guy in a top hat tying a damsel to a train track. I mean, could only assume a beautiful pink name like Best Biscuits. You can only assume that's what someone sounds like. But anyway, I do have a surprise for you all. I have a surprise for you daytime people. The morning folks already saw it. The morning folks already saw the surprise, but I've got a surprise for you daytime people, okay? Mia doesn't like it. Mia doesn't like the real saxophone. It's a Mia duet. But I got the real saxophone, you guys. There's no reed in it, so I can't actually play it. But I might get it to where we can actually play it at some point. I don't know how to play it, I wish I did. I wish I did. It was my granddad's. He played it. It's been played. Never heard what he sounded like because he couldn't play it anytime I was alive, but... There you go. There you go. There you have it. The dirty old saxophone, y'all. Song notes best of... You didn't put a space. You didn't put a space. Oh. We did it. The real saxophone is here. The real saxophone has arrived. It's alright, Biscuits. Thank you so much for being here, all of you folks. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time it is. I had a sandwich. This is actually leftover. This is actually leftover ghost energy from last week. but I don't know. It's giving me tummy problems. My belly be aching. What's your problem? Hey, what's your problem? Quit. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Thank you so much for saying that was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Tara and Boyd, I believe, had already seen it. Boyd, actually, I don't know if you saw it earlier this morning. But Tiger, I would love to learn how to play it. I mean, you know, anyone can serenade the person they love with a guitar, right? Anyone can do that. All the vanilla folk learn to play the guitar. I'm gonna learn to play the saxophone and sing while I play it. You know? It's no longer virtual sax, it's hardcore sax, baby. We're having hardcore sax together, am I right? Alright, we're gonna switch to Mia Cam so we can fluff Mia's blanket, okay? Alright, we're gonna go fluff it. We're back. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Everybody involves themselves with the fluffing. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Oh, guys. Oh, that sweet baby Mia. That sweet baby Mia. Speaking of babies, Bonka Paz, who frequents our stream quite often, if you see her roaming around the internet anywhere or on Twitter or whatever, she had a baby today. So the Tanktown community had just created a new member for itself. Isn't that nice? Oop, gotta lick them toes. Sometimes you get a little whiff of them toes and you gotta get to licking on them toes. Yes, love baby. We love babies. Love babies around here. Yeah, we love babies. As far as I know, baby is healthy and stuff. We heard from Bonka last night. She dropped by the stream and said hello because it was time for a midnight feeding. And of course, I felt so flattered that, you know, how do I entertain myself when feeding my baby? Just a little Tank Media Games. That feels nice. So appreciated that, of course, but congratulations to her and creating new life. You folks out there who can create babies, I tell you what, very impressive thing you can do with your body. Create life within it, you know? What can I do? Not that. I can't do it. Don't know how. Don't have the equipment to do that myself. But there's some of you out there who do. You have that fruit bearing equipment. Proud of you. Good work out there making babies and whatnot. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, so we got a new saxophone today, or the saxophone today. We upgraded from a Sharpie saxophone to the Void sax. If Mia licking her toes makes anyone uncomfortable, please do let me know, and I will switch off of the Mia cam while she vigorously licks that back toe. Don't know why she's doing that. But not only did we get a new saxophone today, no, she precious. Okay, good. Not only did we get a new saxophone today, which I have it hung up right behind. I just give myself a pedicure real quick. I've got the saxophone hung up on my curtain rod up above my PC over here, which may be dangerous, but I drilled the curtain hanger thing, rod hanger thing into a stud, so it ought to be fine. A puppicure. Well, hold on. There you go. Wrong button. Boop. Not only that, we also got a new mug today. We got a new mug. Those of you who are in the morning streams will have noticed the new mug. BRB got to go get my Tank Love hoodie out of the dryer so I can wear it on Love Day. Biscuits, that's so kind of you. I'm all over this day. I'm all over the world, and I appreciate that so much. Go snag that hoodie. But not only did we get a new saxophone, we also got a new mug that those in the morning stream will likely see a lot more of than those in the afternoon stream. You want to see that? Well, I don't have it with me, actually. I don't have it with me. I'll show it to you. I can show it to you from the Discord. Here is the new mug. It's a real sweet piece. Whoa, man, that's really zoomed in. There it is. There it is. It's my new mug. It looks pretty small in my hand, but my hands really aren't that big. It might just be the photographic angle. Also in the background, you can see the saxophone case of this photograph. It was teased earlier than one would have thought. But anyway, got a cool Winnie the Pooh mug. It's quite large. I think it holds a comparable amount to my old mug, which is great because volume is a real issue when it comes to how much coffee I like to have in the morning. So, of course, wanted the largest mug possible. But we're very happy about that. And finally, those of you who have not yet seen it, let's go. We can go look and see if Jet has uploaded yet. Hopefully I don't tank my own stream here. We'll go see if Jet has uploaded the video yet. Not yet. So Jet has not uploaded the 32 ounce or bust, in my opinion. I feel that. Completely feel that. I don't think that one's 32 ounces, but it's big. Anywho, we had an interview. I was interviewed on Jetpack Paul's channel over the weekend. Many of you, I think, who are here today may have popped by, and I appreciate you for doing that. I had a great time talking to Jet about things and about stuff, which is my specialty. I love talking about things and stuff, just like Mia does. We discussed my origin story, what brought me here, what brought me there, how am I feeling about things with streaming and everything else. How do I balance being the world's best husband and the world's best streamer? You know, that kind of thing, questions like that, which I'm definitely qualified to answer. So it was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate all you guys who came out and witnessed that, or part of it, or what have you. But if you didn't get to catch it, it should be available. It's definitely available on Jet's channel right now. It's definitely available if it's something that you want to spend some time enjoying. That's not a command. That's not a command. If you feel like you want to spend some time listening at 3.5 hours, it's some heckin' interview. It really is. I didn't, Jet didn't tell me, like, he didn't tell me to limit my answers. He didn't really slow me down when I was talking about stuff. And I learned that I do have plenty of stories to tell, I guess. And I've lived a decent amount of life. So it just turned into a lot of talking and a lot of information given out. So it was quite an interview, and it was a lot of fun. Got to answer some questions from chat. Got to answer some questions from Jet's Discord list of questions that he had for me, and it was super duper cool. I had a ton of fun. Super grateful that he wanted me to have me on as well. Yeah, thanks you guys for coming out to that. If you want to go watch it, it's definitely a VOD on twitch.tv/jetpackpaul, and of course it should be coming to YouTube soon. And depending upon how he feels about it, I might ask him if I could take it and cut it and maybe toss it on my YouTube channel or post it somewhere else as well, just so more of you guys can see it. But I think that would be cool. If not, of course, that's fine too. At the very least, go subscribe to Jetpack Paul on YouTube. That way you can be apprised of when it goes up, if it ever goes up. Or if it goes up soon. It will go up. Excuse me. That's not, one does not simply throttle the keef. Apparently not. And I appreciate that too. That Jet did a very, if he was ever frustrated with how long I was talking, he never seemed like he was. And Jet is a very good host. I told Jet in private, when we were testing out the stream Friday night, I told Jet that he has this strange, it's like a regal cape. It's like, imagine a king with a big velvet cape that fills a whole room, and that Jet just walks around without really even knowing that he wears this regal cape that's enchanted with the power of calm and comfort. It's just like anytime Jet is around, it seems like it just seems like he you know, has a way of making people comfortable. So he's good at that. In the VOD, your voice and video were massively out of sync. Uh-oh. Well, it's all about the voice in it anyway, you know. It's all about the voice. He really is like that. He's like if a blanket were a person. That sounds like a good children's book title. If a blanket were a person and a pillow was a pet, you would get the bestest sleep that you've had yet. Because nothing could make you sad, because your blanket and pillow would be there. Your blanket would cover you up, metaphorically, and your pet would metaphorically lick your hair. Because if a blanket and it was a person, and this was not a metaphor, it would be a very weird situation. Hey, what are you all laughing for? This is pretty good. That was not my best work. Mia, that was not my best work. Was it? It's like I'm looking right at her when I look like this. I'm far too crass. Understandable. Started strong, got a little weird. 7 out of 10. That's a lot of things for me, honestly. The metaphor really broke down. It felt like a good children's book, and then the more I thought about it as I was speaking, what I was saying was like, now, you know, there's a certain cuteness like in a children's book. If a little kid was like laying down on a puppy to go to sleep, you know, like the dog was, you know, was the pillow that they laid down on. But if a blanket was a person, then it would just be a person laying on top of a child to comfort them, and then that's where it all breaks down. So just the idea really isn't that great for a children's book. We'll scrap that. We'll take that out of the R&D writing section. But how are you guys doing? Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. I had a decent weekend. Turns out the Rams won the Super Bowl, and I don't really care. I enjoyed watching the game. Enjoyed the commercials. What are the ones that I saw? The halftime performance was choice. Some old school hip hop. Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Some classics. Great halftime show. There's something about your voice that my big cat loves, Tank. He usually isn't a lap sitter, but at any time I'm watching your stream, he wants to be right up here near my speakers. Hello, kitty. How you doing? You feeling cat-like today? Meow. Meow. Alright, this has been fun. Now relax. He looked at the speaker and then at me like, is he talking to me? Mia does not seem concerned that I be talking to another pet right now. She does not seem concerned at all. Anywho, Super Bowl was cool. What did we do Saturday? We really didn't do... You watched some TV and played another Stardew save with someone. It was an okay weekend. Another Stardew save. You're addicted. 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 Boy. Getting the color right. Is everything just too red for you guys? I feel like my lips are so red and I don't know how to use this light to make my life any make myself look any less weird. I'm just using Love Day colors, I guess. I wish my lips didn't look so. It's a nice amber yellow. We could we could go back to do that. That is certainly not what I pressed. That's not so bad, I guess. I have 3 Stardew saves on the go. I'll never finish it. Oh my goodness. Be careful out there. All right, nice warm cozy color. I'll take it. Tara, saying your cat's name is hard for me. Good blood flow to the lips. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of times it contrasts pretty poorly with my teeth, and then you guys think I don't brush my teeth, which I do. I do brush my teeth. I promise. I need to figure out a way to get some color right on here. It's not so bad whenever I'm small, but like that's a lot. Don't get any ideas, chat. No one looks at your teeth as much as you do. 100%. Excellent. Great. I always look at everyone. I always look directly into your teeth when I'm talking to you. Got them LKLs. What's an LKL? Brush them in coffee? Them Lizzie kissing. That's a common abbreviation. That is a common abbreviation. That is what they're for. That is what they're for. They're for getting ice cream off the cone and for kissing my wife. I feel like it'd be cool to brush your teeth with like coffee or something like baking soda. I guess I could do baking soda and something coarse. Do you use a ring light pointed at your face? No, my light is pointed at my wall. But I guess now I could probably warm my light up. I could probably warm my light up since I'm not using green screen anymore. How you guys like that? That made it worse. Yeah. See, this isn't so bad. I don't know what changed, but this doesn't feel as bad. Oh, is it because it got brighter? No light. All the light! I feel feel like I want to cool the light down a little bit, because if the light's so bright, you guys you can't see the LED lights we got going on. Auto white balance for the win. No, it's not it's not right at my face. Why does blue pick up so good? Blue picks up so well. Green picks up so well. Red picks up quite well. Pink is kind of cool. Because I'm just meant to be bathed in blue, I guess. I do like blue. I really do like blue. Blue and green are my probably favorites, if you were to ask. Turn the face light off and crank the LED up for a second. We can do that if you want. It's time to experiment. It's time to experiment. You like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Old blue boys, old blueberries coming to get you, chat. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba die, da ba dee da ba die, da ba dee da ba die. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba dum dum dim dim dim. Look how blue Mia is. It doesn't get any more blue than that. We chillin'. It doesn't get any more chill than this. Just asking Keith because it makes him his white balance. I'll make him all rosy. Yeah. I do try to avoid. Well, the light actually is still on back there. I do try to avoid aiming the light right at my face, but I have a white wall. Yeah, the blue it's quite cool, isn't it? I got this white wall, or off-white eggshell wall, whatever you want to call it, right here. I'm looking at my main monitor, and there's a light right here behind this monitor where the camera is sitting, and that light is facing the wall, and then is reflecting right back at me. Biscuits, I don't know how. If you have a ring light right at your face, I don't know how you do that. I really don't. I feel like I don't look as bad when I'm small, but maybe I do. Maybe all you see is lips when I'm small. He's all lips. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm drinking this, like, Sour Patch Kid energy drink, I guess. That doesn't help, but anyway. You guys didn't come here to do tech support all day, did you? Or did you? It's about 6 inches above your monitor, so not right in your face. Yeah, even still, here. I'll show you what it looks like whenever whenever I point it at my face. While we're just hanging out and chatting about things. So that's pointed right at my face. And if you had to guess, you think that's at full power? Nope. So I feel like that, I mean, that might make things look better, honestly. I don't know for you. But for me, I can't play a game like this. I can't play a video game with a light blasting me like that. That's crazy talk. Yeah, I probably just need to go in and set my white balance to one thing. But like, that is
Get those hammers up. There's a raid coming.
It's a great time to raid, Soul Creek. We're messing with lighting. We're messing with lighting. Mr. Soul Creek, thank you so much for the raid, my brother. Did you finish your... See, I've already got a hell make. My brain's already turning off. There we go. It's a raid! Get those hammers up. Also, yeah, those of you who have emotes, you know, listen to the emote guy. Throw them hammers in Soul Creek's face. We don't want Soul Creek in here. We gotta get him out. T-Rex has been built. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. More drama? We don't want, yeah, more drama. We don't want Soul Creek here. No Soul Creek. We're just playing with my light. Trying to figure out why I'm so rosy all the time. But I mean, I feel like this does look, I feel like this looks good to you as far as lighting is concerned. I feel like this is super bright, but I feel like my face is generally decent color wise. What's the red like if you kill the face? Like, wait, we've already, oh. Y'all wanna die? Y'all wanna die? Also, the light is still on. I can't turn it all the way off. What's that noise? We're walking down this red lit murder tunnel. Are those train tracks? Is that a train I hear? What's up, Flying Bunny? School Wi-Fi will hold on. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. This is what we do when raids come in from now on. Is that a raid? What? Why is that so funny? Oh my gosh. That's really funny. But yeah, you're right. It's too bright. It's too bright. Let's put things back the way they were. How's the yellow green all dark? All right, we can check it out. Thank you, Tara, for the clip. But if I turn, if I turn the light all the way up like that, that's not as bad. I don't know how you guys feel about this, as far as how pink I am. Usax, what is going on, my friend? Welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you, but welcome in, Flying Bunny. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Gotta protect me eyes. The coloring. Oh yeah, you're right, Shadow. We gotta do red for Valentine's Day. Ugh. My receiver is behind my TV. Shadow, thanks so much for tuning into the stream on Saturday. I really appreciate it. Love Day colors. You like the sea green color? Hydrate. Let me hydrate for you. Wait, that was I just clicked regular old green. That's the regular green that I have available. Congratulations on building your T-Rex though. Soul Creek again. Hope you enjoyed it. What the? That's not right. That's kind of like a bluey... kind of like a bluey green. Like we scared all of the folks off from Soul Creek's raid. It was fun. I've been watching your first Sekiro stream and it was on your 26th birthday. Was it really? Now I'm 28. Yeah, there you go, Wiz. Dance for him. My 26th birthday. All right, let's go back to Valentine's Day colors. If we're red, if we're red, we're red. That'll just have to be how it is. We'll brighten it up a little bit so I'm not too terribly red. There was a yellowy green last time, but it was washed out. Yeah, I mean, you can't really trust this remote for the colors that are available. I might need to get some more robust LEDs for you guys. Maybe I'll do something like that with the next couple of Twitch checkaroonies. You have the same remote? Nice. Did you buy your LEDs from Amazon? Whenever I join, I see you on a new game or Apex. A new game as in new to you? Or a different game? Or like I'm always playing a different game? Or a new game like games that just came out? And are you describing a problem? I do play a lot of different games though. I have the little hexagon ones and then another similar remote for the ring light. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, all I have is just strip LEDs that have adhesive on the back and I've stuck to the ceiling around the room. Those darn variety streamers keeping us on our toes. That's the whole thing. I'm just trying to sell you me. That's all I'm trying to sell you. Well, I'm trying to sell you me plus video games. That's what I'm selling. Different is the right word here? Okay, so you just, every time I'm live, you see me playing a different game. Well, yeah, I mean... Still waiting for a new game to purchase? No, we're going to play Kana, don't worry. We're going to play Kana. So what you doing? Gotta preload your TWW3. Heck yeah, baby! Get her done! Yeah, we will be playing Kana Bridge of Spirits. No doubt. It'll happen. But yes, welcome back. Welcome back. What is it now? / Illy. Oh yeah, but typically I try to play the same or a similar thing on the mornings usually. We have been doing Warframe. We skip back to Apex in the mornings. And then the afternoons for most of the week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I like to do the same thing. Unless Will can come over on Friday. Then we'll do It Takes Two. And then Tuesday and Thursdays we usually do Sea of Thieves. So there is a lot of different stuff going on the channel. And quite honestly, it can be... you know, I know that that can probably turn some folks away for sure. That can be a bit of a turn off when it comes to watching streams, especially if you get invested in one game. But I very rarely hear any of you tell me like, I wish you would play this game instead of that game tomorrow or what have you. I be out here doing my thing, know what I mean? I be out here doing my thing. But this has been very enjoyable. What do you guys say we go ahead and get into the game, eh? I have really enjoyed this game. The game we will be playing today is called SIFU. I have enjoyed my first 2 streams of it without a doubt. I am very much hooked on it. I've been thinking about it on a daily basis since Wednesday, the last time we played it. I'm ready to play more of it. I'm ready to punch, kick, and slam my way to victory. Very excited. Apex, that's the wrong game. Apex, you guys. We're not playing Apex unless you want it. Obviously, we'd love to see you play Warframe, but forcing yourself to play because viewers want it is a sure way to kill all enjoyment from a game. Wouldn't wish it for anyone. Yeah. I usually like to live that way. Typically, you guys say it's more fun to watch you play a game you want to play than a game, you know, you don't want to play. Right? So. I try not to play games I don't want to play. Warframe is hard. It made you punch a hole in your wall. Goodness. Be careful with your hands. You need your hands to play video games. I just decided to buy an LED curtain light like I've been meaning to put in my background. Tank-spiration. Well, thank you so much. I love to be an inspiration if possible. LED curtain light? What in the world? What is that? Is that what I have? Oh no. What is that? In agree, always prefer to see a streamer have fun than to plow through a game they only kind of want to play. Yeah. Unless you get those gems that you... Yeah, the gems that you want to play and people want to watch. That's the good stuff. Dude. What are... Of these things, what are you thinking of? Like this? Holy crap, that's a $300 set of lights. I'm not saying that's what you're buying, but... Oh yeah, also, yeah, you guys don't forget, we do have the new Marbles challenge. If you guys would rather play Marbles, there's always an option for you to do that, as long as there are 6 different people in the stream. As well as, don't forget the Bring Back Bean Boozled challenge. We're 61% there with 14 days left, so I'm sure you guys will pull that off. An infinity marble has been purchased. I got a $30 62 now because of me. Nice. I got a $30 9-foot strand with 10-foot vertical strand. Okay, so it's 9 feet across with 10 feet vertical one. Very cool. Yeah, awesome. I need to do something back here, you guys. Once I get my new desk, I'll kind of be able to, or once I build my new desk, I'll kind of be able to figure out where I want more things to go. But I want to do a little more with the background back here. 62%, you guys. 125 out of 200,000, not bad. Getting it done. An infinity marble has been purchased. We got up to 5 this morning. We got up to 5 out of the 6 this morning. That was pretty cool. My food's here an hour early. Awesome. Gotta love that. Maybe I should like... what? Oh gosh, I'm so hyped for Horizon. The reviews are coming out. Everybody's saying that the game is great. I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready because I plan to spend some time in that game. That is some. So there are a few things that we need to discuss, chat, before we start. Since I got a few of you here who are willing to, if you guys are willing to just, you know, to bounce ideas back and forth, but we could do it while we play. But let me pose the question. First of all, when it comes to brand new video games, do you like it? I've very often been of the kind of idea that I'm not quite, you know, the community may want to play, go pee before I start. Good idea. Hey, what is it now? I appreciate you, like we talked about this morning. I don't mind you chatting. Obviously, I want an active chat, but if you don't mind, maybe stringing a few of those messages together in the same message, you know? Like, play Battlefront if you want. Sounds like that could probably be just in the same message, you know? I feel like that could probably go together. Because then, otherwise, I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for the end of your thought. Know what I mean? No, not asking for an apology. Just trying to, trying to direct chat a little bit if possible. Anyhow, when it comes to big blockbuster brand new games, do you guys like me to wait a little while, maybe a week or two, and then play it later? So that those of you who want to play early on can play it and then come back and watch the stream if you feel like it. That way you don't have to worry about spoilers. Or do you prefer me to just go whole hog? Gotcha. Well, I appreciate the FYI. Do you prefer me to go whole hog and day one be playing these games? That's my first question. Also, Tiger, I like to play before I watch, but obviously I'm not here all the time. I feel like most people like to play before they watch. But some folks don't really care, I guess. This is probably something that I'll have to decide on for myself. But just something to think about for the future. And then, secondly, and we can do this kind of while we play the game. Every month I take a break and try to focus on the studies, so I've completed 3 COD campaigns. Heck yeah, dude. 3 out of all the campaigns, or you've completed 3 this month? Nice. You say jump right in. I dig that. Biscuits, I like that method. I like that method for show. I asked this question. I've asked this question before, but many times I can't contain myself anyway. Like if you guys all said, "Hey, we think you should wait a month to play Horizon," I don't know if I could do it. I feel like I'd probably just have to go ahead and play it. But I guess I could like do my own playthrough and then come back and play another one. There's our girl. My second question is something we can discuss, I guess, throughout the day if you guys feel like it. But Saturday, Horizon is buggy right now. Yeah, it's not fully launched yet. I can imagine it being quite buggy pre-day 1 patch for sure. And it might still be beyond that. But, alright, sounds good. What is it now? Sounds good. We'll see you soon. Hey, we're 34. Yeah, not bad. Double palm focus. Round counter, pushback, count, cancel. Oh, this is probably a good idea to buy. The majority consensus is don't buy new games on release. 9 out of 10 of them would be in a poor technical state. I gotta be honest with you, games that I have really, really enjoyed that I have bought on release, I've never noticed a big problem with them technically. I expect a few bugs here and there, but like really good games that I've enjoyed, I've never had like enough of a problem for me to notice. Like I wish I wouldn't have bought this early, or whatever. Cyberpunk being an exception, but Cyberpunk, in my opinion, wasn't only bad because of its horrible bugginess. Cyberpunk was just bad through and through, unfortunately. So also, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Also, if I've been really looking forward to a game, I just don't notice, and I don't. And you're right about that, Tiger. I don't think I want to do that either. That was a thought that didn't even make it out of my mouth before I decided, nah. So yeah, I agree with that too. So we'll be playing Horizon Zero Dawn as close to day 1 as I feel like it. Maybe we'll try to finish SIFU, and then we'll just have a Horizon or Forbidden West week, baby. Maybe we'll just have a whole week, baby. Secondly, first of all, let me catch you up on this game. This game is called SIFU. Many years ago, someone killed my dad. Someone killed my dad way back in the day. And these 5 people are the people who killed my dad. And each level is me finding one of those people and taking them out. And we are moving up to the museum portion of the game, right? Horizon for... Oh my gosh, give me a break, Boyd. It is not a Horizon Forbidden West. It's not even out yet. It's not even out yet. That is a cool thing. What is it now? That is a cool thing. Horizon is a sequel. Yeah. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, then Horizon Forbidden West. But we're headed to the museum. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. People are saying Horizon is real good. I expected no less.
Eyes on the target in the atrium. Everyone get into position.
Everyone get into position.
It was foolish of you to come here. You!
Okay. I'm gonna probably have to dodge the machete, eh? Wrong person. There it is. There it is.
She has a weapon!
There it is. Oh! Ooh, we got him. You finished Horizon, it was boring, but Forbidden West is definitely looking better. If you thought Horizon Zero Dawn was boring, I don't expect you'll have a much better time with Forbidden West. It is very much a sequel. I don't think any core game mechanics will be changing. They might, but I don't think they will be. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm hearing what you're saying on that. We will likely be playing Horizon Forbidden West as close to day one as possible. Mainly because I'm just super excited about it. How do I play this game again? Nope, that's not how you play the game. You want to maintain your grip on the machete, and you don't want to kick it away. You want to keep it in your hand. But now I've ruined that opportunity, so that's cool. Assassin's Creed will always be at the top for you. I used to like Assassin's Creed pretty good.
Looks like I'll need to go through the exhibition.
Used to like them myself, but they got a little bloated for me. Isn't this pretty? If you look at it long enough, it looks like it's not painted on the wall. Weepy. Weepy. Yes, very excited about Horizon. And sorry, I've drank my energy drink. I don't normally drink the energy drink, so my brain is going through those, you know, one of those moments. I remember you had going through one of those moments where it's kind of moving a little bit faster than I can maintain focus on anything, so I apologize if I'm over talking to you. Bonk. Yeah, let's just assume that door's bulletproof glass. I feel like for the sake of suspension of disbelief, we'll just have to believe that that door was bulletproof glass, and that's why
Lady Kuroki doesn't want to be
I
disturbed.
can't kick my way through it.
She can't keep up. Shit, she's armed.
Drop it! I want this. I am very effective at punching people's faces. But the second thing that I wanted to discuss today, chat, the second thing I wanted to talk about is that come Saturday, technically, but I won't be streaming on Saturday. Maybe. But come Saturday, can any of you guess what Saturday is for me?
Damn! She's on fire!
She's on fire!
Your weapon!
Yeah, like, she's armed! I love the idea of, like, them yelling, she's armed, and then me just yeeting a baseball bat at their face, and then beating them up with my bare hands, yeah. Plexiglass, the one true bane of assassins. I tried to kill him, boss, I swear, but there was plexiglass. There was plexiglass. Honeymoon is incorrect. What is Saturday is actually the 3rd anniversary, I believe, of my first ever stream on Twitch. So that's pretty exciting. So I want to figure out a way to celebrate that. And I've got a few ideas of how to do that. Alright guys, okay. $72-hour stream? I don't think a 72-hour stream. I was thinking maybe a 12 though. I was thinking maybe also Saturday is Seaweed. That's right. Got to head down to Charleston for Boyd. 1 day for each year. As much as I love the thought of that, Tiger, I don't know if that's going to happen. I do actually know that's not going to happen. But
Put that down! Oh shit!
ooh, there it is. So we just have to run and kill everyone in this? Yeah, pretty much. It's really a beat 'em up game. It's not like a story heavy game. It's not an adventure game. It's not an RPG. It is very much kind of like a roguelite beat 'em up game. So yeah, beating up people is very heavily what we get into. Reset my death counter to 0. It's already at 3. I feel good about that. Health gained on takedowns, structure reserve. We might need to grab this. And we can open our skill tree and keep trying to get our permanent unlocks. But anyway, yeah, I'm thinking about ways to celebrate. In my brain, I'm thinking maybe I could start at 4 a.m. on Friday and go to 4 p.m. and do a 12-hour stream to celebrate. And usually I like to celebrate milestones by playing some sort of Mario game. I always have a great time streaming Mario. Oh, you got me. You got me. We did. We did. Understandable, mate. Understandable, but we're going to be getting back up. More like Tomb Raider, no puzzle, I guess.
Round 2.
Be careful! She's got a weapon!
I wouldn't say more like. I feel like it's more like what I said, but sure. 12-hour Mario Kart Community Grand Prix. I don't know if we'd have enough people around to play Mario Kart for 12 hours.
Better of you.
Hey guys, I think you should be on the ground. I think that would be great. Then I'm gonna beat you up. Then I'm gonna hit you with the baseball bat a couple times.
Drop your...
Rest now.
It's also the game relies heavily on making the fights more and more difficult and things like that. I would say Tomb Raider doesn't really have the technical combat style in this game. This game is kind of like a fighting game, a roguelite PvE fighting game. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. But I wouldn't be against throwing some Mario Kart in there. We've Mario Karted on stream in the past, I think once or twice, and it's been fun. The 12-hour Mario Kart Grand Prix.
Looks like I'll need to go through the exhibition.
The exhibition? Ooh. Broom handle? Broomstick? The Seki roguelike, yeah. I think Seki roguelike really hits it. Just found something. I don't know what it was, but we found something. For right now, yeah, my general thought is maybe do a 12-hour stream on Friday. Oh. And figure out something to do. But in the past, I've done very much Mario streams, considering maybe playing the Mario what's it called? Mario, the new Mario 3D World. Oh shoot! Oh god, okay. Alright, oh, I'm not pressing the right buttons. I'm about to die again. Holy crap, look at all these people. Oh, yep, I'm dead. Not good. So this game is GTA Vice City, what we used to play without missions. If that's what you need to if you equate it to that, then yes. Then yes. That's exactly what it is.
Damn. Thought it was over.
It's not over yet.
Put that.
Did you forget how to fight?
No freaking way.
I dodged you, sir. Boy, dude, come on now. Dude, the slams. The slams are tearing me up. I'm getting up at age 51. Life is in a not ideal situation currently.
Too late to back out now.
Guys, I'm getting whopped. I am forgetting buttons. Oh, yep, we're dead again. Oh! Oh, it's about to be over.
Just stay down.
It's about to be over. I will not be staying down.
Put that down.
Brothers and sisters, there's no way. Brothers and sisters, there's no way. No, I know you're just goofing off. I get it. I feel you. I'm just angry at this Wilson Fisk knockoff. Oh! Ouchie! I think the technical term is mollywopped. Oh yeah, I got mollywopped pretty good. This game is just Breath of the Wild without the Link, Zelda, open world crafting, or story. So really, this game, all those are good. But really, to best describe this game would be to say it's a Mario Kart clone, but they've taken away the carts. They've replaced the carts with weapons that you use in your hands. They replaced the cast of characters with a single character that you choose, male or female, and they've taken away the racing and replaced it with karate and kung fu, and they've taken away the tracks and replaced it with levels through which you travel to beat up people. And I think that's probably the easiest and most succinct way to describe and understand this game. You guys are right. You guys are right. And dude did just lose to a 50-year-old lady. But yeah, Biscuits, the older she gets, the longer her braid gets. It's really cool. The game is really, really, really cool. Is this...
Stop this meaningless crusade here. Kuroki has long since abandoned this life of violence and bloodshed. Turn around and leave now.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit
I only
him.
wish to meet her.
It
I
me
told you,
moving how you
Kuroki
are.
will not speak with you or anyone else.
Turn around.
For the last time, step aside.
You know I'm not gonna. You know I'm not gonna, and I'm gonna use my old lady techniques. Oh, I thought I dodged that. Get off me. I got lucky. I got lucky. Museum key card! I got a key card. Makes me happy. This game is just Pong, but instead of revolutionary geometric physics, it has an actual game engine. You're right. You're absolutely right. Hey, is this a glass ceiling painting? What's up, Big Juicy? How you doing, dog? Cool sculpture. Got wobbly knees. Someone had to come up with some real art exhibits. How are ye, Big Juicy? How are ye? How are ye? IDK, I feel weird. Off day? I'm sorry to hear it, dude. But we have the off days. It happens to the beast of us, for sure. We all be having those off days. I still don't know. What the? I'm on drugs. We've established that this game, despite being totally original in its design, is just a total copy of every other game and in no way original. I believe that's what we've always. I think that's what all. I think that's what all video games are. I mean, to be accurate, it's Scott Pilgrim versus the World but smashed with Returnal. Sure, something like that. It's certainly not that. Am I the only one who put sweetener in milk? I don't think so, but I definitely do not.
I need to find the key first.
I have not. I don't. Well, I don't usually drink a lot of milk, so... But I don't find that I need to, like, throw sugar in milk. But if you do, more power to you. More power to you.
What are you doing?
Oh, what? Hold up. Alright. I want that. Thank you.
You disappoint me.
I always get hit with those low kicks. I dodged your low kick, lady! Oh, I couldn't dodge that last low kick. I couldn't do it. The last low kick killed me. Permanent unlock! It was all worth it. Now we rise. This place is weird, uncomfortable, fancy.
Impress me.
I'ma kill you! I'ma kill you! Suck it, girl. Give me that club code. I found this one on one of Sean's disciples. There's a code written on the back of it. Dude. Oh, so we can unlock buildings in other level. We can unlock rooms in other levels. Oh, very cool. That's very exciting, chat. This game is nothing but animations controlled by codes and Unreal Engine. You got them pegged, dude. You figured them out. Those game devs can't sneak nothing past this chat. Not one darn thing. And I bet they're mad too. Have I not? Have I not been through here before? Seeing Spud off home, back in a bit. Sounds good, Boyd. Tell the Spud we said hello and goodbye. You feel lanky. The game is just Yano. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Yeah. You know, as fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. Hydrate. You're too tall. We need someone to be able to reach the top shelves. I know I can't do it. I feel like maybe I need to do something with this. What?
Believed that if we took the time to stand outside in the rain, it would cleanse us both physically and spiritually.
Water has the power to finally set us free.
I am going to die. Oh, I just slit the throat.
It represents birth.
What?
And the cleansing
Big Juicy,
of
I'm
the
not exactly
darkened
sure what
soul.
you're talking about with the tree stuff.
Water is the key to being reborn.
It is considered redemptive in nature.
Dude, The lighting in this scene is too good. The lighting in this scene is too good, chat. The exhibits in my local museum don't do that. I want my money back. And you live in LA. Shadow, you live at the where I assume the best museums are. Everyone knows the smartest minds of. I'm getting a lot better at this game now. Everybody knows the best museums are out in LA, or at least I assume. Alright, buddy. Alright, guys. Okay, alright, guys. Alright. Don't make me do this. Don't make me kill all of you.
Like the darkness itself, we must first embrace it. For the
Oh, she's here.
shadows of the past
Somebody's here.
consume us
Oh, big guy, big guy, big guy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need my machete back. I think I would like my machete back. Dead. Oof. Basically get all the stuff out of the tree, tall guy. Oh, gotcha. Get the yeah. Dude, to be able to get the stuff out of the tree, you gotta be, I get you. I get you. I get you. Oh, she actually kill. Oh yeah, she be killing people. She be killing people. Shadow, if I come out to San Diego for TwitchCon, you coming up to see me? You gotta rise up. We got one more resurrect in us. We can die one more time. Went low. Alright guys, maybe you should leave me alone. God, dude, those low kicks, man. We're dead. Nope, we're not dead yet. Dead. I'll give you the tour. Excellent. I would love to do that. BRB sounds good. What is it now? Oh, yep, he's hurting me. He's ready to hurt me. I don't think we're getting out of this one. I don't think so. We did lower our death counter though. Okay, we made it out. You're not familiar with San Diego area spots? It's all right. Maybe I could stay an extra day and come down and visit the Los Angeles. Die another again. It's time to play SIFU. The name's SIFU. Jane SIFU. In the movie, Die Another Again. Hey, we're punching each other at the same time now? Oh, they both punched me at the same time. All right, guys. That was it. That was that run. We made it pretty far. We made it pretty far. What do you say we start back at the beginning? Gotta dodge and parry. I was dodging a good bit. The parries were lacking, though. The parries were lacking while I was attacking. Also, chat, it's Valentine's Day. How are we feeling this Valentine's Day? You feeling good? I'm concerned that the flowers I sent my wife have not arrived to her yet. I'm kind of bummed out by that.
Get lost.
So chat, for those of you who are new to the game, the way the game works is that each level, you can only start each level at an age that at the youngest age you completed the preceding level. So I'll always start level 1 at age 20. And I've been able to do pretty good in level 1, so I got my starting age of level 2 down to 21. And so the way the game works is that as you play through the game, you could just buy every skill one time if you're confident that you can make it through each fight. Or you can buy each skill, you can double down and buy the skills 5 times while you're playing, and then you can unlock them forever. So we've got a bunch of new skills unlocked. Or I think we've got a bunch of new skills unlocked that we didn't have before. At the start of the game, which is cool. So
She can't keep up.
I love the look. I love like that little look whenever the gravity stops acting on them. There we go. That's the parry one. So that's why I'm starting the game over, so I can kind of milk the game for XP and keep things going, you know, keep unlocking things. I got a bottle for your face, baby! I got a bottle for your face!
Came to the wrong place.
I got a bottle for your face, they find them all over the place. You better whip out your mace, cause your fist ain't gonna be good enough. Cut you down, pick you downtown. How about one more for you? What a bunch of losers these guys are.
All right.
I don't mean you no harm, except I do! I do mean you harm. Get off the ground, get out of the air. Get on the ground is what I'm trying to say. Dude. What is better than lasagna? Easy. Nothing. Is that the answer you're looking for? Oh yeah, because I unlocked the ability to catch the things you throw at me! Go ahead. I caught it! I caught it! I caught it, you dummy! Oh my goodness, such satisfaction. A lasagna sandwich? What kind of bread do you put on your lasagna sandwich, dude? Lasagna on Mondays? Garfield? Garfield hype?
Open it.
I feel like Garfield, Winnie the Pooh, Calvin and Hobbes, some of my favorite animated characters of all times. Hey, that lady used to be holding a lead pipe, but now I'm holding a lead pipe. Now I'm holding a lead pipe and she's not, and I'm going to use it against her and her friends. I'm going to throw that lead pipe at you, and then I'm going to parry that, and then I'm going to take you out. Alright, you're going to hit me with that lead pipe, understandable. But now I have the lead pipe. Alright guys, I'll admit I was speaking quite highly of myself, and that's on me. But now I think we're just gonna stop with all that jazz. I was preparing whole grain bread rolls for dinner. Then my dad just put a thick piece of lasagna on my plate, as dads do. This is good fathers do. So I combined them. It good. That sounds delicious. That sounds really, really delicious. My wife bought some like very thick French bread from Trader Joe's or something. And I was like, man, this bread looks really good. And then I looked at the back of the bag and I realized that the bread looks and tastes so good because it's like 120 calories per slice. But it's very good. I had 2 pieces of it for breakfast this morning with some egg, with fried egg. I would love to have some lasagna tonight. I am taking my wife out to a fancy dinner tomorrow. I couldn't get a reservation for tonight, so because everything was all booked up for Valentine's Day. But I did get a little reservation to one of the nicer restaurantes in the city for tomorrow. Now it'll be a bit of an early dinner, but whoa, okay, all right, oh, dang guys, I let him beat the crap out of me. I let them beat the crap out of me. That was a mistake. I got too cocky. I really did. That's on me.
You must enjoy the taste of defeat.
Come here! Any regrets?
Dog, come on. I gotta start this level over too. Oof. I am not doing very hot.
What the? Again?
Oh, I got 2 flaming boys? There it is. All right. Things could still work out for the best. Got me wanting lasagna though now. You got me wanting that lasagna.
You stay there.
Time to fight a fat boy.
Shame I'll have to throw you back through it.
Shame I'll have to throw you back through it. Don't miss your bag. Don't miss your money bags, Mr. Boy. Let's not take any more chances. Pop, 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 pop. We got him. The suspense. I just noticed that that's you eating popcorn. I love that. I love that. A suspenseful emote? So good. So good. Okay. I love popcorn. I don't know whether I love movies because I love popcorn or I love popcorn because I love
late for the club.
He's good. He's real good. That jet's real good. Yeah. The perfect can't chat must watch. Alright guys. Alright guys. Alright guys. Ooh, got him barely.
Put that down.
I need that takedown real bad. Need that takedown real bad too. We got him, y'all. We got him. Pack it up, boys. We got him. 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 I will admit, the better I get at the game, the cockier I get, and that's not very good.
Must have taken a wrong turn.
Like these young men. But they're worth.
Not so tough after all.
Yep. But it doesn't really matter because permanent unlock. It doesn't really matter because they're going to reduce my death. Well, it does matter because I can't reduce my age, but they are going to reduce my death counter.
She had.
Don't pick that up. That's not for you. But I gotta get in here for my idol. I gotta get in here for my American Idol. It is perfect must-watch. Can't chat must-watch game emote. This game's so good. SIFU. SIFU indeed. What's up, corn dogs? How y'all doing?
Insane.
Shit, she's armed.
You just hit your buddy.
Your time is up now.
Oh, they went low. I do have to remember that sometimes it's okay to just block. Even though that is very hard to remember sometimes.
No way.
All right.
Nerves get the better of you.
See? Hey, Munimum, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How am I doing? No. How are you doing? How are you doing? Munimum. I could be doing better if I was performing a little better in this particular mission. I'll be honest with you. We're Munimum fans around here. We like it when Munimum finds it appropriate to drop by. Of course, I'm quite a large fan of all of you. Anytime you drop by. Cool bamboo pole. You should have thought about that before you walked up on me with it. So should you have.
Put that down.
I'm so glad you're doing great. What does the skull count mean here? So the skull count is my death counter. Okay, I'll explain. I'll help you explain. Or I'll try to explain. So at the top left of the screen, you see my age and you see my skull counter. Whenever I die, if you remember, I have those shining golden coins. Those coins contain the power to resurrect me. Means tank is bad counter. Yeah. So the deaths is the death counter. Every time I die, my character ages by the amount of deaths I have already had. So if I die one time, my character goes from age 20 to age 21. If I die a second time, my death counter goes to 2, so my character goes from age 21 to 23. If I die a third time, we go from 23 to 26. If I die a fourth time, we go from 26 to 30, and so on and so forth, up until when I get over 70 years old. And no matter what, if I'm over 70 years old, that means all my coins have broken and I cannot resurrect anymore. The trade-off is the older you get, the more damage you deal, but the less damage you can take. So the less defense you have and the more damage you can deal. But there are certain enemies that can lower your death counter like you see here. So my death counter is 0 even though I've died 5 times. Which is a bummer. Or maybe 4 times or something. But that's essentially the gimmick of the game. Mew the Pokemon or cats? Generally, both are fabulous. The biscuits in my name refers to cat biscuits. I did not know that. I did not know that. I love when cats make biscuits. Who doesn't? You're very welcome, Usax. It's an interesting concept, but it's kind of hard to grasp early on. I should have. Very interesting concept, but hard to grasp early on, for sure. So essentially my tactic right now is to grind experience, try to unlock as many moves as possible, which will help me win as many fights as possible. And in doing so, I'll be able to use the shortcuts that I've found throughout the maps to get through the levels faster and hopefully get me towards the end of the game. This man have the magic. I've got the magic in me. Monkey! How is SIFU treating me? It's treating me better and better each time, man. I am loving it. I'm learning. I'm doing my best to learn. Alright, you're getting me. This boss fight is well. There was a time when I thought this boss fight was getting easier. There we go. Ooh, I appreciate a game in which the grind is useful and not just grind. Yeah, it is, and it is useful. Hey, Blue, what's up? Welcome, welcome. I enjoyed hanging out in your, it's a game that I want to play or have been interested in it. And it's called...
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, it's called Queens. See ya.
I never felt so hard in love.
Best Biscuits gifted a tier 1 sub to Air Zero Blue.
Hey,
they have given 9 gift subs in the channel.
Dang, Biscuits. 9 gift subs. That's how Biscuits has earned her spot as Hunt Showdown. That's it. I do not know why I could not think of the name, but I've seen that game a bunch. I've thought about it. I haven't played it myself. So yes, that's the name. Hunt Showdown. Thank you. But yeah, I really enjoyed hanging out, talking about Hercules, Meg. Sorry, hold on. Wrong scene. Wrong scene. Meg. Am I right? Am I right? Get Hunt and play with me? I might have to do it, dude. I might have to do it. I don't know how to play it. You're the only person I've ever seen actually play it. I've just heard about it and it seems like fun. I might have to do it though. We'll see. We love Tank, you love Tank. Well, thank you so much, Biscuits. I really appreciate it. But yeah, gifting subs like that is how Biscuit has solidified that top slot this month as the subbiest gifter. So, But welcome in, Blue. We're currently grinding out some XP here, trying to bonk this man real good. All right, he went low. Expected him to go. Expected him to go high. Oh yeah, bop bop a dop. I wonder what it feels like to punch a machete. Oh. I wonder if what it feels like to have someone block one of your punches with a machete. But you said sorry, Monkey Ant, what did you say? You said that you were able to get out of the first level with something earlier, but I missed it. What did you say? Yeah, I'm sure it feels a lot like sadness. Yep. This is it, lads and lasses.
I have spent 8 long
Cover your
years
eyes.
preparing for this.
Yeah, my best is 21 so far, Monkey. That was 25, obviously. My best is 21. My best just ain't good enough. I just can't imagine, like, you're fighting with someone, they pull out a machete and block it, and you just, like, stab yourself onto the machete. You played 10 hours straight, I feel your pain. I think we'll be knocking on 10 hours at the end of this stream. We'll be knocking on it. Probably knocking more on 9. Because you guys have been so nice to me and been chatting with me so much. Oh, wait, I gotta remember all my... Wait, now I wanted to do... My best is watching Tank play this. I recommend it. It's only 40 bucks, I think. I don't know. If you have a PS5, I recommend it. Or if you feel like playing it on PC. I don't know if I can recommend it on PS4. It might burn that PS4 up. What was I about to say? Oh, that reminds me. Blue popping into the stream reminds me that we were in Blue stream. They were talking about Disney movies, talking about Hercules. And my wife and I have been watching through some some Disney Pixar movies that we haven't seen before. Chat, I'm wondering what your favorite Disney films are. Your favorite animated Disney films.
Private Party. Come back off.
Private Party? Surely not. God. Hercules. I will find my way. I can go the distance. I don't care how far. Somehow I'll be strong.
Yeah?
I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to find where I
She has a weapon.
belong.
Any regrets now?
Whatever song Meg sings in that garden is my favorite. Big Hero 6, that's one we haven't watched yet. We need to watch that one. I'm trying to convince... I don't know why my wife has trepidations to watching that one. I'm sorry that I sang that Hercules song, but I do love that song. Song's good for dreamers. Private party report to Captain Rager immediately. Who's Captain Rager? Or, also, hello. Is that a reference that I don't understand? Are we back to references I don't understand? Lion King Forever is great. Why are you guys brandishing your knives? Lion King is great. James Earl Jones? James Earl Jones can always get it. There's some move that I can do. There's some move I can do after a parry. Also, Alice in Wonderland, very good. I do love me some Alice in Wonderland. Not necessarily the new live-action ones with Johnny Depp and Ellen Bonham Carter. Enjoy the alert, Mew. Hey, you don't. No bottles, Bubba. You are returned. Welcome back. I hope that Buzz Lightyear movie turns out well. Singing Always Welcome in my ears. The Buzz Lightyear movie, I am a little bit worried about. But, you know, who knows, right? Who knows? That, I think it could be good. I used to enjoy the Buzz Lightyear show as a kid. I don't know if any of you guys ever watched that. That used to be a solid one. I didn't know they were making a Buzz Lightyear movie, but it's smack of milk the franchise because no one wants a Toy Story 12. I don't know if you're wrong. I want you to be, I guess. Because I like Toy Story, but I guess I don't know if you're wrong. I kind of want you to be, meaning I hope they're not just milking a franchise. You know? I hope that it's just not about taking money out of my pocket. It is. It always is, right? But I can hope it's not. Did I miss anything interesting? Anything mischievous? No, not anything mischievous. We did. I don't know if you left before or after I died. But I definitely died. Now we're starting over. That was weird. I hate when they go Super Saiyan like that. Me too. Excuse me, Mr. Kung Fu Man, but I can see your bone through your arm. You can? Did I get better? I did get better. I made it all the way to almost the end of the 3rd level. Alright guys, I need one of you on the ground. I do appreciate that this guy watches me beat his buddy up. dude. Why are you taking so long? There we go. But I do think I got better. What's up, dog?
What do you want?
Step aside and be quiet.
It's cool. I don't want any trouble.
I just don't know. I feel like there should be something I can do up here, but there's nothing I can do. Welcome back. What is it now? I mean, I can beat this guy up. Other than that, I can't. I can do. Guys, the flowers that I ordered for my wife are still not delivered. The second half of the stream is me going to the local florist to hand out some beatdowns. Hand out some booty whippings. I'm gonna be handing out a booty smacking. Anybody want to fight?
The fuck is this mess?
Anybody want a booty walloping? Pop, 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 ba doom bop. Don't turn around. When they go 2-on-1 like that, let me beat your buddy up real quick. I caught yours. I caught yours, big feller. Tried to throw that bottle at me, but I caught it. I caught it. Hello, friend. Do you wish to perish? You look like a man who wishes to perish. Big slap.
Holy
Sit your grimy butt down, sucker. I can borrow this.
Did you think this was a...
Nothing like getting on, you know. Nothing like being on the ground and the girl who put you on the ground bending down and then punching you until you fall asleep. Nothing quite like that. Like it's not enough. Cool fire toe. Proud of you. Cool fire toes, sir. What's up, big boys? What's up, big boys? Why don't you fall on the ground, mister? Okay. I can fall on the ground too. Night night, big smacker. Sorry about your glasses. I love that his glasses fall off in midair. How cool is that? We tearing them up, homies. We tearing them up. Okay, sounds good, boy. Appreciate it. I'll get back to you. Yeah, I love how she effortlessly picks up these giants. Well, that's the thing, War. They're hollow on the inside, right? Much like many humans.
Keep your distance. What's the matter? Holy fuck.
I don't know what kind of movie you think you're in, lady. Okay, never mind. She killed me. Yeah. Permanent unlock. Let's get some permanent unlocks up in this house. But yeah, the big guys are just hollow.
You want some
They're
more?
really just full of cotton. Ooh, okay. That was a cool move, I'll admit. I'll admit that was a cool move. Even I can admit such a thing. But what sucks about this is that even though they're fighting down there, they'll never finish the fight.
Started a fight or something?
Alright. Dead again. Dead again, not good. Dead again, not good. We're already 30, which is a bum. Hey, that's my bat.
Too late to back out now.
Ow, 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 ow! Dude, I'm so tired of this. The cotton wool chungus. I'm tired of fighting these cotton wool chungai.
How can you get up after that?
Only Usain Bolt can do that. I wouldn't be surprised that young man could outrun death. He's not young anymore though, but he's still fast.
Put that down.
Oof! Not good, chat. Not good. We're not pulling it off. I know you're a mini boss.
Part of tonight's group.
Alright, the timing on that is always always botch it. That's just not. There we go. There we go. Woo! Alright. Yeah, you felt that one, the over the head smack on the back. Yeah, that is not a strike you wanna have addressed to you. That is not a strike you wanna have addressed to you for sure. I'm sorry, lady, that was rude of me. It was rude of me to break both your knees like that and then.
Drop your weapon!
There we go. I'm on heckin' delay. I'll refresh. Be right back. Sounds good.
Not so tough after.
Not so tough after. Oh! Wait, I can use my new move. That hurt, didn't it? God dang. Some of them hits make me sad. Remember last year, a guy I knew of dropped in here and donated you $100 seemingly randomly? Yeah, I do remember that. It certainly seemed very random. And I do remember, I guess that was you who knew him from YouTube. Oh yeah, I forgot. It turns dark right here. He's live now for the first time in forever. Awesome.
Step forward. You're about to be tested.
I'm about to be tested. I'm about to test the fidelity. I'm about to test the fidelity of this lead pipe on your butt.
No free
G.I. Joe comes out this week. G.I. Joe comic book. It might be. It might be a raid up kind of day. That certainly was nice of him back in the day. While back. Permanent unlock. I do not like my age currently.
I pity you.
Oh god. Alright, every button I pressed just wasn't getting the job done right there. Every button I pressed.
Damn it, would you just die?
Ah! Ah! I believe in myself to handle this as well. I mean, I've done this part 100 times. You know, just sometimes. Sometimes she gets hard, you know? G.I. Joe Saturday Morning Adventure, my nostalgia meter is peaking. That's true. All of us who tend to hang around at the same time, I think that might be the progression of our ages. Boyd the middle child. Poor lady. Oh, did I? Noticing you sweeping low. Boy, War, would it surprise you to know that I'm not really a big G.I. Joe watcher from back in the day? I never watched a lot of G.I. Joe. Yeah, there are plenty of people out there who are older than old my man War. I'm not sure what kind of question that is. Was it still on the air when you were a kid? I don't think so. I don't remember a Saturday morning G.I. Joeing. You know? I feel like Saturday morning cartoons, I grew up in the era when cartoons were always on, you know? I grew up in an era when the cartoons were always on, always flowing. Oh, like streamer wise? I don't know. I consider War my godfather. I wouldn't be around without Mr. War, I don't think. Don't know if I'd have made it this far without. But yeah, I think I was post GI Joe. Then no, it would not surprise me. Okay, yeah, I was unfortunately post GI Joe. That doesn't mean I can't still enjoy it.
You look like you can fight. Show me.
I think somewhat true. You'd be just fine. I don't know about just fine. All right, lady. Why do you always go low? I want to use my new move on you. Hey, there it is. Ah! You was a Spider-Man and X-Men 90s kid. I do remember plenty of Spider-Man growing up. I remember plenty of Spider-Man cartoons. I remember plenty of Spider-Man VHS tapes in my life. But I can even remember the fact that people would talk about G.I. Joe when I was a kid. And I feel like I barely missed it. Maybe more than barely. I don't know.
Pathetic. You can barely keep.
Get out of here. Get out of here. My drink is empty. My drink is empty. That's probably better. That's probably good for me, actually. That doesn't mean, though, War, that we can't cover G.I. Joe in this week or month's podcast. There's not all kinds. There's a few new Marvel things coming out this month. I think I saw maybe Ghost Rider coming out this month sometime. That's pretty exciting. I'd be happy to cover some G.I. Joe. I don't know who's putting out G.I. Joe comics. Oh, all right then. I think it's a one-off. Oh yeah, then maybe not.
Come on, wake up.
Hey, you don't get to keep. Why always the low? Why always the low hit, you dirty old spitmeister? When I were a lad, things like Rimp and Stimpy and Cow and Chicken were allowed to exist. Me too. Me too. I didn't watch a lot of those. I remember that I watched Cow and Chicken a couple of times, and then my mom was like, I don't like how that devil guy shows his butt all the time. So you can't watch that anymore. So I do remember Cow and Chicken becoming forbidden for me while it was still on the air. But then, of course, it was no longer on the air. I'm starting to learn their body language for whenever they go low. Starting, by the way. Not completing. Get out of here, lady. Ooh, yeah, I'm down. It sounds, if you're excited about it, I'd love to cover it, for sure. Yeah. I don't remember watching a lot of Ren and Stimpy as a kid. That I don't remember. Increase structure gain on a successful serve. I think this might be us. Alright, let's see if we can beat this, eh? Nope. E. E indeed. Yeah. I imagine there wasn't quite as much vetting going on back in the day too terribly much. I used to love, I mean, my favorite shows back in the day were Dexter's Lab. I used to really like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Had a deep love for Scooby-Doo. Of course, when I was a little boy, like I mentioned in the interview, I was very much a Winnie the Pooh young man. Had a deep love for the Pooh. Of course, Pooh remains a big part of my life. But, not necessarily P-O-O-H, am I right, chat? That's a poop joke for you. Speaking of poop jokes, Mia just pooted on me. I could smell it. Oh my, the nostalgia. Oh yeah. Also, just as a heads up, if you have HBO, you can watch all Scooby-Doo episodes, all Dexter's Lab episodes. So
You're
good.
almost as good as Yang. I thought
you were never a Scoober?
I love Scooby-Doo. Bastard school.
Zoinks!
Who are you?
Have you not figured it out by now?
Enough games. Let's put an end to this show.
Let's do it. Okay, that's the body language that we were looking for. Double palm. Wasn't it? What do you mean the same thing every episode? They solved a different mystery every episode. They didn't solve the same mystery every episode. I remember when I said I was learning the body language for whenever he swung high or swung low. I don't know if I did. Also, talking dog? A talking Great Dane that solves mysteries? The intrigue and, you know, the kind of morbid curiosity even in a child's heart for things of the macabre, but made in, you know, a swallowable size for children, right? Like, you know, we're almost all humans are attracted to death and the mysterious and, you know, possibly even the evil. We're interested in those kind of things. If not, you know, want to participate, you at least, you know, almost all people can appreciate a good horror story, I guess. Even if they don't want to, you know, really be scared or what have you. But I think Scooby-Doo maybe did that for kids. Is like, you know, these are quote-unquote scary stories, but in a kid way. He always does that low thing. I can't. There we go. God, I knew it. I knew I wasn't going to finish the job. At least not on that one. We're going to be 50 years old leaving this place.
Now I understand how you were able to defeat the mutant.
But I mean, Scooby-Doo is the same thing every episode, in the same way that Law and Order, Criminal Minds, NCIS, any procedural cop drama does the same thing every episode. Boom, boom. You must have been too busy watching the animes. You might be right. Might have been too busy anime watching. Alright, let's go see what we can do at the museum, my friends. Because getting out of there is rough. I didn't do a ton of anime as a kid. Haven't done a ton of anime now.
Eyes on the target in the atrium. Everyone get into position.
I watched some Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was usually coming on at the end of my... By the time most of the kids had left daycare. So they had the TV on Dragon Ball Z for some of the older kids. So I remember watching a good bit of that. Rip Tankame for sure. I did not fall in love with many of the Tankame games, and that poor Dragon Ball game just kind of began to drag. It was kind of the same thing over and over again. But also this game is kind of the same thing over and over again, but in a way that I like. Hey, Tojib, how you doing? Oi! Domed that young man.
She'll be around here.
She's here.
Welcome back, Tojib. We be working hard out here. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Just out here doing SIFU things. Just doing SIFU things. We're working, trying to limit, to do a better job on the museum. But in order to do a better job on the museum, I got to do a better job in the club, and that is just way hard.
Target's here.
Okay.
No way. No fuck.
Take my energy. Become the best SIFU. I want it. I want that for myself. Yeah, that's true. Anybody with a firearm would take me out. All right, well, this room is obviously got a style. You can fight me in the club. Probably gonna play some SIFU later. Sounds good, Tojib. You can fight me in the club. It's going down. Meet me in the club. It's going down. Meet me in the club. I hired a clown for the club because the club is particularly not as funny as it could be. I wish the club was a little bit funnier, so I hired a clown. Meet me in the club. It's going down. I don't remember any more words to the song. It's going down. You're done. Wow, look at this, chat. Look at what we did. You finally got through stage 1 at age 20. Nice. I'm hoping I can pull that off next time. I just got a little too cocky last time, I think. I got a little too cocky, and it led to a few problems.
There, downstairs.
There, downstairs. Yep, can't get greedy. Oh man.
Come at me.
Literally push that girl
Drop your
in.
weapon.
All right. Maybe got a little greedy with that one. But look at all these permanent unlocks. Look at all these permanent unlocks. I will rise. You raise me up.
Put that down.
Ooh, nice dodge, Super Saiyan. Proud of you. So I can move mountains. You raise me up. Walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am beating you with my baseball bat. Raise me up to more than I can be. Oh, didn't realize there was another one. I don't know where you've been, but you're finished. I knew I heard a high-pitched voice say that I couldn't keep up. I still need to do stage 1 again to get 3 shrines instead of just 2 using the shortcut. Ah, yeah, because that is another trade-off, isn't it? Sometimes you got to trade off with the shrines. Yeah. That is absolutely a trade-off. I actually haven't been thinking about that very much. Disrespect. Disrespect.
You look a little small.
Okay. You say only I look a little small? Okay. Now that was an uppercut, friends. Is it already 3 o'clock, dude?
Round 2.
Put that down before someone gets hurt.
Insane.
It's already 3 p.m. Oh, what? That was a different move.
Put that down before someone gets hurt.
Raid Captain is still open. That is true. No. Game. Now, game. I believe I pressed the old dodge button on that one, friend. I believe I did. I believe I did.
Again?
Yeah, you ain't done with me, boy. You ain't done with me yet. Poor guy. You ain't done with me yet. I may be old as Methuselah, but I be giving you the bruisela, know what I'm saying? Oh shoot, here's this guy.
Stop this meaningless crusade.
Don't get too beat up. I'll do my best, buddy man.
Long since abandoned this life of violence and bloodshed. turn around and leave now.
I'll do my best. You have a good afternoon, Moore. We'll see you later, buddy.
Nobody outruns their past. Not even her.
Wrong. She left this path and you won't pull her back in.
I feel like we're gonna like feel bad for everything we've done by the end of this. Old as dirt, but I'm gonna do you the hurt. Exactly. Old as dirt, I'm gonna give you the hurt. I'm as old as Methuselah, I'm gonna give you the bruiselah. I'm old and crusty, but I'm gonna busty your face. Not very good, but worth a try. Oh wait, that's the way. That's the way through. That's the way through. Let's go! Old as crust, but I'm a busty. This is. Hey. You know what I meant. Also, again, the lighting of this scene. Oh, you shouldn't have dropped that, buddy. That's not. These are not things we drop. I may be an old lady, but I be chopping you up.
It represents birth and the cleansing of a darkened soul. Water is the key to being reborn.
It is considered redemptive in nature.
Wait, those are two different voices. I'm gonna need some health back. I'm gonna need some health back. Old as the trees, but I'm gonna break your knees. I got a lot of pass, but I'm gonna kick your ass. Come on now. Oi! Oh, hey, guy. Hey.
Embrace it, for the shadows of the past consume us fully.
Done. Good night. You can show mercy to the bosses if you don't push the final execute button. Just fight them normal until their HP is gone. I didn't know that. I'll have to try that. But I don't think I'm going to get to a boss this time, my friend. I'd love to. I'd love to see a boss, and I think we do have 2 resurrects out of this, but... Got lucky there. Oh god. They be busting my knees. Done a lot of years, caused a hell of a lot of tears. For sure, for sure. Dude, I take a lot of damage. I just gotta do a run right now, Toejib. Mercy is out of the question. I just gotta get through a run. Oof. Yeah, I'm getting a little old. Getting a little old there. You right. Oh yeah, we made it out of this thing last time. But I'm about to get my butt stomped. That is definitely not the people that we saw here earlier. I love this. I love the side angle. What's up, Fatastic? How you doing, buddy? How are you? Welcome to the stream. It goes okay. I'm an old lady, but I'm fighting. The damn kids, get off of my lawn. Y'all better get right. Oh, nice hat. Dude, imagine seeing your homeboy get impaled right in front of your very eyes. Oh my god, or your homegirl's throat slit right in front of your very eyes. Ooh! Keep off of my grass or I'ma kick your ass. Wow, look at this exhibit. Oh, this knife has very high durability, if not infinite durability. I just learned a new thing. Rage and anger, baby. Who are you? Don't matter, gonna kick you with kung
The
fu.
mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water.
Our consciousness is merely the tip of the iceberg.
We must dive beneath the waters to explore the subconscious, to face the past.
I'm done. Maybe not. Yep, it's over. Good night. Good night. The special museum sword. Night night. Yeah, it'll take a minute for us to get back there, Tara, but hopefully we'll see it again before before the end of the stream. Ooh, God, this game is fun, dude. There are very few games that I'm willing to be like, oh, I'll just start over at the beginning, no big deal. No big deal. Don't care. But it feels so good to play.
Get lost.
All right, Toejib, if you're still here, you might have to show me how to show mercy to the boss here.
curves can...
Test out those few different moves, then using my same ones.
Look what we have.
We're doing votings tomorrow. My plan is to play Sea of Thieves. For sure. My goal is to sail the Sea of Thieves. I mean, the hallway part and facing your past, watching left is seen as walking to the past, and text we're going from anger all the way to the rage. The girl facing some of her own inner issues here. Dang, Tara. I wasn't even paying attention because I was beating people up. Look at you go. Thank you for that. I'll pay more attention next time. Maybe there's a little more narrative than we thought. Let's go.
Hey, how'd you get in here?
Throw it. Oh, I sometimes I feel like I caught it when I did. Dog, what are you talking about? You telling me I didn't catch it? Yeah, it seems like even the mechanic of the game is kind of like the idea that like how much of yourself are you willing to sacrifice to get your revenge? Like every time that you wake up and choose revenge and vengeance, you lose some of your life that you could, be using for anything else. But like, I guess it's like the idea that she's wasting her life on revenge.
Insane. No way, no fucking way.
No freaking way!
That last one gave me some trouble, y'all. Sounds like a good point. Sounds like a good point to me. I imagine we'll find out at least more about what the creators of the game believe the message is closer to the end, right? But definitely by the time you hit the museum, you're already getting some of that good stuff. You know what the Bible says, chat. Vengeance is mine. The Lord shall repay. The question is it ever really our place to take revenge? Is it ever really necessary? Ooh, Super Saiyan lady.
Come here.
Ooh!
Be careful.
What's up, E3? How are you doing?
I pity you.
Welcome, welcome. We haven't really been given a reason to believe that it's all happening inside of her head, but I suppose it could be. You could argue, I guess, that no person would ever actually be able to do all this, so. Don't you quote scripture at me, boy.
You stay there.
Gonna hang here a bit before class. Sounds good, dude. Thanks for doing that. I'm not saying either of you are wrong. I think both astute points. But it's definitely, I mean, without a doubt, either way, it's definitely about the taxing nature of revenge. It seems like it's definitely about the taxing nature of revenge. If we're gonna go with the route that the devs decided that they wanted the mechanic of their game to mean something, which hopefully a good game has devs that want that. So, boom. So yeah, I'm assuming that their mechanic is trying to communicate to us that revenge, whether it's something you dwell on or whether it's something you actually go through with, in the end might be more taxing for you than it is for the person that you're enacting it upon. Don't spoil it for who, you sex? I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't spoil anything.
Come on, speed this up. I don't want to be late.
But E3, how's SIFU? You've been hyped for this game but hesitant? It's amazing, in my opinion. It is technically awesome. It feels amazing to play. Very rarely, I mean, anybody who's watched this channel very much will know that I'm not a game replayer. I mean, unless a game is amazing, I might come back to a game after a year or two and replay it. But I'm not gonna, you know, just want to replay the same levels over and over again usually. But this game I have no problem. As soon as I die, I'm ready. As soon as my run ends, I'm ready to go back again. Oh yeah. So yeah, none of us know the end yet. We're just kind of discussing the part up to what we've seen so far. And it's only $40, so you know I think it'd be worth getting. Like I said earlier, I don't know if I can recommend it for the PS5 or the PS4 because I don't know how it plays on the PS4. But you know, it runs super smooth on the PS5. I assume that the stream is looking good to you guys.
Any regrets now?
You're not supposed to have that.
She can't keep up.
Dang, dude. I can't get out of here at 20. Dang it. I can't get out of here at a good age.
Haven't you had enough?
Charging up that backhand, sucker. Yeah, it's kind of thing here to keep spoilers related, not just Warframe, but other games as well. For sure, for sure. I hope the devs keep making games like this, like Ubisoft makes Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, these devs making these cool fighting games, so good. Give me more fighting, give me more games like this. Even if it's not a fighting game or whatever, I just love the idea of these kind of smaller $40 experiences that are novel, kind of novel at least, interesting, mechanically sound, not too long to get into, but addicting to play. I mean, you can't beat it. It's hard to. This is an extremely refreshing video game for me in modern gaming. SIFU, IFU. You're gonna have to explain that joke to me, Boyd. I think I might be too tired to understand. What's up, big baby? I'ma knock you out. I'ma knock you out.
Drop your weapon.
I'ma knock you out. I'ma knock you out.
Put that down.
Oh, he don't go Super Saiyan. God, nope, nope. Dang. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. My Chinese food diet. I SIFU, I IFU. Terrible is terrible in a few ways, I know. I didn't know, I understand. My diet is very similar to that right now. Dude, these Super Saiyan guys really give me trouble sometimes.
Not so tough after all.
Each time I see this game's name, it only reminds me of candy in Finland, a sisu, a Finnish term that has no translation. Nice. I imagine getting beat up in this game is not quite like candy in Finland. But this game is very sweet, much like candy. You been bonked. You been bonked. Bink, bank, bonk. Stink, stank, stonk. Tink, tank, tonk. Boom, doop, ba, bling, bonk. Bip, block, blue. Boop, beep, beep, dop, dop, doo. Now we gotta fight a boss. Now we gotta fight a horse. Now we gotta fight that boss, even though I'm 22. Even though I'm 22. Hey, I mean, I am loving it, my friend. I'm truly loving it. Off topic from this game, have you played the Witcher games? I'm looking for opinions on them. I have only played The Witcher 3, and I haven't finished it. But I love that game. I just really wish that I could finish it. Like I said, Tojib, if you're here, you might have to let me know how to show mercy to this guy. Did somebody say Wisher? I should probably say, yeah, I probably should. You're right. I probably should throw it on just chatting, but anytime I put it on just chatting, I always forget. But I do like to spend the beginning of the stream doing a little just chatting. Because that's one of my favorite things about streaming. Like I said in the interview the other day, and usually in general, is I really enjoy talking with you guys. So, you know, whenever I can get chat talking, I like to do whatever I can do to keep it happening, because I know more often than not, I won't say lose your interest, but I can lose the chat pretty quickly, which is fine. You guys can get busy, but whenever I have the opportunity to talk to you, I like to take it. There is commands, or at least I might have to get the right bot to do it. You're outside right now? It's okay to be outside at 8 o'clock. Nothing wrong with that. Yep, I've only played The Witcher 3. Really loved it though. Great game. Well, extremely well acted. Tons of fun. Great RPG mechanics and stuff like that. Great story. Very deep game. You can do all kinds of stuff. Fill a lot of roles in that game, not just as the hero that saves the land, but also you can... Oh man, he got me. He didn't get me like that last time. You can also be a witcher. You can hunt monsters. You can do so much in that game. This would be the end of him. You were stuck at baby level, so you uninstalled it. You talking about the part with the baby?
Welcome to Tank Town.
Oh, come on now. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Yo.
I have spent 8 long years preparing.
Welcome, Lucio. How you doing? Welcome to the stream, Lucio. Welcome. I'm just playing some SIFU, having a good time, talking to chat. Things I love to do. Thank you so much for the follow. We made it out. We made it out of level 1. Now we can spend some points. Oh, the charge back fist. Gotta be using that charge back fist. Coolio. Appreciate you for doing that follow, though. I always appreciate adding new folks to Tank Town. My friend Munimum told me about you. You seem like a cool dude. Best of luck with your streams. Well, I appreciate that. I certainly appreciate that. Munimum is a cool cat. Maybe you're thinking of LL Cool J?
Forget about it.
Is it now?
If you're not on the list, you're not getting inside.
Private party. Back off!
Private party? Go ahead. I still want to replay The Witcher 3 on the stream, but not replay it, finish it. I just haven't found a decent time to do so. Private party and they don't invite Tank? I know.
Be careful. She's got a
The
weapon.
fools. They know I'm the life of the party. They know I'm the life of the party. That's a new move that I don't know if I know. But that's if I knew how to do that move. I think all you guys ordered a butt kicking, and I'm here to deliver. Hey now, alright. Alright, this is for throwing a bottle at me, lady. This is for trying to hit me with my own baseball bat. Tank Angie. Sweep the leg.
Nerves getting the better of you?
You finished. What? I pressed my button. What are you talking about, game? Yes, you tell them there's a 2-for-1 sale in Tesco for knuckle sandwiches. We don't have a Tesco around here, but I'll tell them all the same.
Not so tough after all.
I'll tell them all the same. Pop. There we go. Let's drop that right on down. Let's drop that right on down. Let's keep fighting as much as we can.
Fuck is this mess?
I guess I gotta press it at a better time.
Any regrets now?
Witcher 3 is going to be looking like Witcher 1 with your PC. No worries, dude. No worries on that, my friend. Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you feel about it. Some people tell me, like, I don't really care how my games look. I just want to be able to play them. And that's cool. I usually like... I like it when my games look good. But that's all you got to play it on and you want to play them. So you might as well play it. Okay. Gonna head out, have fun. Alright, Yami Pup. We'll see you later, buddy. My friend. I hope you are feeling okay. We'll check you out. Or thank you for checking us out here, and we'll see you later.
I'm ready.
Hope you feel okay.
You disappoint.
Dude, these two people right here are freaking killing me! Ah! I knew there was going to be something behind that door that I couldn't handle. I'm not going to get out of here doing any better than I was. Chat. Oh no, dudes.
All right, that was the last time.
Wake up.
Dude, I mean, goodness. Leave me alone.
key.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Can he shoot all the brutes? Yes, he will. All while he shoots. Look out! Oh. Here comes the Spider-Man. Here comes the Spider-Man. Here comes the Spider-Man indeed. For example, after playing Spider-Man with 60 FPS, I couldn't go back to fidelity mode. I feel you there, dude. I can definitely feel you there. Insane Spider-Man Tank Edition. Oh shoot, this doesn't even get me any farther through the game, does it? No, it doesn't at all. This doesn't get me any farther through the game. This is just a secret door that I can go through if I want. Wow. There we go. Now we got it. I'm with you there on E3. Once I experience a game with a smooth frame rate, it is very hard to go back. Like at this point, I don't really playing anything in 30 frames is hard. And I feel bad saying that I never wanted to be a pretentious frame rate guy. But it really does, like, you just get used to it, and then you start, whenever you experience things in a slower frame rate, it begins to feel stinky. You know? The Spider-Man clip is the best. I'm so glad, Wiss. I'm so glad you think it's the best. That poor little girl just standing against the wall. Anything below 60 frames feels like it's underwater. Honestly, at this point, honestly, at this point in gaming history, it feels that way. I never wanted to be a frame rate snob. I really didn't. I promise. I wanted to always be the same tank you knew and loved. You knew and loved, but hey, you got lucky. Alright, alright, alright. Dagnabbit.
Back out now. Put that down.
I don't usually go above 75 because streaming, but dipping below 60, I notice it instantly. Same here. But unfortunately, my PC is not always capable of providing you with 60 frames per second streams, or at least providing me with 60 frame per second gameplay. So, sometimes we have to take what we can get, like when we're playing Sea of Thieves or whatever.
Let's close tonight.
So. But I'm with you. I begin to feel it for sure.
What's the matter?
Ladies, you don't need to do me like that, do you? You don't want to do me like that, do ya?
Haven't you had enough?
What's the matter?
Drop it!
We'll see you later, E3. Have a
Are
good
those
one.
your best moves?
Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. A YouTube link from Boyd. Sounds good. They said, did you forget how to fight? Meaning they've seen you fight before. I don't know. Maybe. Or they just know that. Or, yeah, they probably saw me fighting down the hallway.
Come on, Shen, kick his ass. I got a shit ton of money riding on you.
I'm not streaming. I can do good FPS when I start. Yeah. Once I start streaming, it also
Is this part of the fight or something?
the frame rate problems begin.
Come on, then. Don't just stand there looking at it. Come here.
Of course, he went Super Saiyan. You're kidding me with that because I feel like I pressed my button. Yeah. I think this monitor might be 120 hertz, but I don't even play anything at above 60.
Did you forget how to fight?
Really, I don't try to play anything above 60 because I don't want to experience it and then have 60 frames be something that begins to be unenjoyable. All right. The hertz that your monitor. Hertz is like a measure of how much of a refresh rate, right, your monitor has, and which essentially means how fast your monitor refreshes the screen, meaning essentially how many frames can your monitor produce. So hertz is usually almost a one-to-one measure, I think, of how much frame rate you can get out of your monitor. Psycho. If cheating fails, cheat harder. Dr. Eggman, May 19th, 2019.
Let's end this quickly.
Welcome to the stream, by the way.
I've longed for a battle like this.
My monitor is a 75 hertz, but native 1080p. It was cheap but functional. Yeah, I got this one for a pretty good price, I think, on Amazon. But I was looking for a monitor upgrade, mainly because I wanted my second monitor to be better, so I wanted to replace my current main monitor. That's what I did.
All right. Shit, she's armed.
You gotta get that second monitor. That second monitor life is the only way. Dang it. It's the only way. I mean, you don't.
That's it. Get up.
Just joking. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You're about to be tested.
You're about to be tested.
I hate it when I miss the sweep. Missing the sweep feels so bad. All right. I feel like they put more people in here. What the heck? Work decided to be busy today, but also I hate missing the sweep as well. Dude, when you're close enough to sweep, but you fail the sweep.
Oh man. Let's go into the video.
Suck it, gray-haired boy, white-haired boy. Don't you know that's not a typically natural hair color for someone your age? But if it is your hair color at that age, don't feel bad because it probably looks cool on you. I just don't want to get beat up by a guy with white hair because I don't want to get beat up by anybody. That's my only concern.
She can't keep up.
Alright, it's true. It seems like, you know what? It seems like I can't. It honestly seems like I can't keep up sometimes. Oh!
And the loser, a thief.
Go to sweep!
This battle isn't over yet. You're a fast learner. You disappoint.
Dead. Dead again, guys. I'm letting them beat right up on me. I'm letting them beat right. No, don't give up. It's fine.
You must enjoy the taste of defeat.
Yeah. Not sleeping sucks.
Impossible.
Not being able to sleep definitely sucks. Why this girl is always giving me problems, dude?
You can barely keep up.
Maybe my fingies are just tired. I don't know.
Come on, wake up.
Oh man, I'm getting beat up. I'm getting beat up. I'm getting beat up. Lord have mercy. I'll probably get finished off by these people in this room. Or the lady right here. I'll probably get beat up by her.
You disappoint me.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. Bong ba bong 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 bong. Bong ba bong 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 bong. Running, running, and 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 running, running, yeah. Sean's Feather. I remember now, I've seen this old box in Sean's Father's school. Sean's father, excuse me, not Sean's Feather. There is a portrait of an elder inside and an inscription on the back. Be a teacher for a day, be a father for life. Well, that's cute. Not helping me very much, but... Yeah, sorry. I misread. Hey guys.
Road for you. The trial.
Are you fast enough?
Probably not.
Pathetic. You can barely keep up.
Like, I definitely blocked that. Or dodged that. Darn it! This is a bad, bad run through this area, my friends. This is a bad, bad run through this area.
Disappointed.
Can I get a nice in chat? There we go. Thank you for the nices in chat. Much obliged. Much obliged. That's true. That can be a scary thing too. Fatherhood really does mean you're always teaching, so that can be a scary thing to know that you're teaching even when you're not teaching. Or excuse me, your child is learning from you even when you're not teaching them things. Nice. Being able to read. What is that move I'm doing? I need to investigate that move. Roundhouse kick, maybe. Squares in a triangle. Dead. Yep, they do. They're sponges. I don't have a kid of my own, but I do know they're sponges for real. No more 69, I know, bummer. We have to move on to 76. It'd be cool to make it to phase 2 of this fight, but I don't think that may not even happen. Not over yet. We did it. We got out of there, Toe Jib. But I don't think we are gonna survive this.
Unchallenged at that old bastard's school.
Toe Jib was saying Rip that
A ghost from your
that
past.
I got glitched into
Here
that
to put an
candle
end
and
to this
couldn't
sideshow.
win the fight. But it turns out we
You
could
picked
win the fight.
Wrong person to haunt.
How come standing on this fire doesn't hurt you, young man? I mean, it's a fairly small studio, right, Toe Jib? So they got, I gotta give them some serious kudos for what this game is already. It could definitely use a little bit of polishing, but I haven't experienced anything that's like game breaking yet, or dude, that low hit. Night night. Night night. Woo! Another day, another SIFU, chat. Another day, another SIFU. It ain't half too bad for a B tier game. I feel like B tier has a negative connotation. I would say like what, a double A game, an indie game. I feel like B tier is Sag. GG's. That's a GG for sure. That's a GG for sure. Alright, chat, that's going to do it for me today. We got a couple YouTube videos to watch. Got a couple YouTube vids to check out. Got a couple of YouTube videos to check out. So let's check them out. Boink, boink. Boink, boink. Let's hope the stream doesn't kill itself. Oh no, I forgot. What did you forget, Tara? What did you forget? We had one YouTube video from a while back from Alpha Odyssey, but I don't feel like waiting around just in case. You know what? This seems like something maybe we do want to wait on. I've decided I will wait until Alpha's here. I have one, just give me a minute. You have as long as it takes to watch Boyd's video. Top 10 Dragon Ball ZA. Top 10 one-liners. What? DBZA. Maybe this isn't Dragon Ball? Anyway, chat, to explain what's going on, usually at the end of streams now, I like to add in a little time for us to watch a YouTube video together, or, you know, do something non-streamy while we, you know, kind of cool down after the game. It's Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna hop up and go to the store real quick and grab a little something for Valentine's Day. for supper tonight. But we're gonna watch this video that Boyd sent. Oh, Dragon Ball Z abridged. Gotcha.
There's nothing we can do against that kind of power.
Hello? Awesome. Right here.
We're all gonna die!
You know what? All of you better duck. Because I'm about to turn left, and I don't want to smack you with my dick.
God.
Also, gaggle. Well, what would you call them? A pod of Namekians? A pride? A cornucopia. What do you call a group of humans? An infestation.
You see, I recently acquired what you people refer to as Dragon Balls, but I'm having trouble getting them to do what I want.
Did you try working the shaft?
Classy.
Now, what does he want?
He's asking how to use the Dragon Balls.
Did you tell him to work the shaft?
Yes, Lord Guru.
Good work now.
What I understand is I'm about to pound you so hard the boy's mother is going to be jealous.
Oh, can we not?
Now let me put this in a way you'll understand. I'm about to blow my load all over your insides.
Yeah.
What the?
No homo.
No brackets this time, however. Yours truly will be your only opponent.
And much like Vegeta's mother, I will accept all comers.
How dare.
I've been stabbed and blown up too, and dumped by the only girlfriend I ever had.
Same.
Y'all,
is that
who's that? No,
when
that's
mine
not
left, she
Yamcha.
took all my money. When yours left, she took all her money.
Gonna
I
need a
forget about,
sensu for that
or
one.
maybe that is Yamcha. Yamcha's the one who always dies, right?
Krillin, calm down. Now, are you sure it's
What's up, Cynical Rush? Oh, DBZ, I joined at the right time. Yeah, we're checking out a video to end the stream.
You know when he's coming.
Chi-Chi keeps trying to break my record of 9 times. Go for 10, she yells. Go for 10!
I feel like a man dying of thirst watching another man drown.
You know, maybe if you'd actually trained instead of gorging yourself on a worthless species, your punches might actually hit a little closer to home.
This is an unfortunate turn of events.
What is that?
Did you just talk out your ass?
It was grown-up Gohan? Oh, okay, gotcha.
To be fair, Vegeta, you are part of my team.
Yeah, SIFU time is over, guys. Sorry. We've been live for
Vegeta!
3.5 hours.
I can fly.
Yes, Nappa, yes you can.
Now, take this! Ooh, a frisbee, Vegeta.
Nappa, no! It's a trick!
But Vegeta, tricks are for kids. Midgets next. Ah!
My turn! My turn! What? Nappa, what are you doing?
It's his turn, Vegeta. I have to wait for him.
I have to wait for him.
You okay, Vegeta?
Yes, just an aneurysm out of sheer stupidity.
Wow. Didn't think you were that stupid, Vegeta.
So silly, you guys. So silly. That's so silly. An infinity marble has been claimed. Alright, guys. The flowers that I ordered for Lizzie have arrived. All is well. But welcome, Weird Guy and Cynical Rush. Thank you guys so much for popping into the stream. I still need to watch more DBZ abridged. I think that would be funny, and I'm never going to watch all the way through the series just because there's too much series. But I do need to watch through DBZA at least. Mailmanplun Insimanin Pava Trailery. Subs on? Subs on? What do you mean subs on?
Tuntemattomasta syystä kaikkien Suomen 15 suurimman kaupungin kadut.
Oh, it has English subs. Gotcha, sorry.
Tuntemattomasta syystä kaikkien Kaikkien Suomen 15 suurimman kaupungin kadut ovat täyttyneet vihamielisistä henkilöistä. Lisätietoja asiantilasta annamme myöhemmin, joten pysykää kanavalla.
Zambos!
Kuinka tarttuva tämä tauti on?
Äärimmäisen tarttuva. Kyseessä on käytännössä moderni mustasurma.
Sweet. You said you're in that, Tara? I see that there was Finland in there. Them words sound funny to me. I don't understand them words, man. I'm from South Carolina. I don't understand them words y'all got going on there. God dang. I think I did. Were you the one with the glasses? Or not? I thought you might be the one with the glasses, but now I can't remember if you wear glasses. Have you ever had that thing where, like, you know in your heart whether someone wears glasses or not, and then you realize maybe you don't know? Oh, you didn't have glasses yet. All right, well, we're scrubbing through. We're scrubbing through then.
Tuntemattomasta syystä kaikkien Suomen 15
Where is
suurimman
Tara? That's
kaupungin
not Tara.
kadut ovat täyttyneet vihamielisistä henkilöistä.
That's Tara, isn't it? That very much looks like the shape of your face. And I do know you have the pierced lips. Lip. Gotcha. We gotcha. We gotcha. Nice. I hope you get to the car. I don't know if you got to the car or not. That wasn't Tara. Alright. I think that's the end of the stream, my friends. You're one of the survivors telling your story. Very cool. That's awesome. That is really cool. I love those kinds of things, you know? I really do. I love those kinds of, you know, YouTube series and people making things. I made a lot of things, maybe not that high production value for sure, but I've made a lot of videos in the past. So I get it in a way. But that's super cool. It's super cool to be a part of something like that because it'll always be there. And if it goes well, it goes well. And if it goes poorly, you can show it to, you know, people that you care about. And you can say, hey, look at me. Look at me do this silly thing. You know? But it's been a fun stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you to Luciayo for following. Big thanks to Best Biscuits for gifting a tier 1 sub to Blue. And big thanks to Soul Creek for raiding earlier. I do not know where we ought to raid. Part of me thinks maybe we ought to raid Mr. Burns, who's playing Mario Kart. We haven't raided Mr. Burns in a while. Oh, he's just been raved. He's just been raided. We'll see you later. Oh, Mr. Burns is raiding. Okay, leave the raid. Leave the raid. Get out of there. Get out of there. I know War's playing Zelda. No, he's going away. He's going away. He's going away. I feel like many of the folks who were here earlier might have already gone over to hang out with War anyway. So, we can raid. I don't know, dude. I don't really know narrator that well. And I mean, I guess we can raid narrator, I guess. We can go, what's his sandwich narrator? Mr. Narrator, is this the guy? Is this the fella? I couldn't remember his name. Your favorite narrator. Oops. Dying Light 2, Stay Human. Cool, cool, cool. Well, then we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll raid Mr. Narrator. Mr. Narrator popped into my stream, an Apex stream of mine, a long time ago, several months ago. And thank you, Tara, for dropping those. I appreciate it. He gave me $100 for no reason at all. And I thought that was super cool. And Boyd let me know that he actually knew the guy or knew of him or whatever. He obviously has a cool haircut. He's playing Dying Light 2, which is cool. Another new game. So let's go raid Mr. Narrator. Or your favorite narrator, excuse me. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I can't stay, unfortunately. Obviously, it's Valentine's Day. Want to hang out with the wife. Want to do Valentine's Day activities. But let's go raid this nice fellow who gave me some money back in the day. That was very kind of him to do. But yes, happy Friends Day, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you all find love or find friends or whatever it is that you try to find. I hope you find it. Be sure to copy and paste a couple of these things here. If you feel like it, and I will see you guys tomorrow probably for some pirate action. Also in the Discord, I wouldn't mind it if we maybe continue to discuss a little bit of how we want to celebrate 3 years on Twitch. If that's something you're interested in. But it may not be. So I will see you guys later. Please remember that I love you all very much. Bye-bye.